Some truckies are threatening to turn off their engines and simply not drive from Sunday night. They're angry about new fatigue management and logbook laws, which they say is unfair. But what will this mean for you and I, consumers and businesses? Scott Driscoll is the Executive Director of the Shopkeepers and Retailers Association of Queensland. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning.
Now, Scott, I was actually in a supermarket last night, and I heard some of the staff talking about, if the truckies go on strike for 2 weeks, what will that mean for us? If this does come to pass, what will it mean for businesses?
Oh, look, I think we need to be very clear about this, and I think there was a comment in your news just gone from one of the representatives of the union, but let's be very straightforward. This is industrial terrorism, and quite frankly, yesterday they listed out the severe impacts that this type of thing will have, and went to the extent of talking about shops running out of food, running out of water, running out of petrol, this type of thing. Now, this is going right to the heart of the welfare of every Queenslander in every town across the state.
How soon would stock start to run out, for instance, hypothetically? If come Sunday night at midnight the truckies or the majority of truckies stop transporting goods around this country, how long before basically the shelves would be bare?
Look, if you can go by what they're suggesting, they gave it, I think, about 4 or 5 days. And, things like petrol stations would begin to suffer even before that. So, this is a very deliberate, very antagonistic approach. Now, this is a very complex issue, by the way, but what this particular group of drivers have jumped on the back of is being opportunist about negotiations that are going on at a far broader level about conditions and logbook standards and things like that. But this is exploitation of a situation and making Queenslanders pay in a way that they've got absolutely no control out of solving the dispute that these drivers have got with the government.
Now, we also have industrial action by Electrical Trades Union as well. Has that had any effect on your members?
Oh, look, it's only been in effect a few hours, but I made the strong comment yesterday that from 4:30 yesterday afternoon, again, we are under siege in Queensland by the unions. The Premier really needs to roll the sleeves up on this and get around the table with these people, and perhaps, particularly with the power unions, take a leaf out of one of her predecessors' books and really get tough with these guys. Because again, if you create a situation where truck drivers are spitting the dummy and not delivering to stores, if a group of stores actually has a power outage and the power union decides that they're not going to go and fix the problem overnight, you've got huge amounts of spoilage with no replenishment options. So, I mean, you could actually see, without being exaggerating about it, you could actually see Queensland suburbs and Queensland towns across the southeast or the state, for that matter, without food. I mean, this is quite a ridiculous situation for any government to let escalate to this point.
Scott, are you expecting an influx of people trying to stock up just on the off chance that it may happen?
Oh, look, when you've got unions out there carrying on like this, you will always see panic buying. You will always see the sorts of extreme behaviour that we don't want to see in commerce in Queensland. And unfortunately, I'm really not trying to lay blame at the feet of the unions or the government for that matter, but for some reason those two groups don't seem to be able to get it together at the moment on the transport front and on the electrical front.
Scott Driscoll, thank you for your comments this morning.
Pleasure.
Scott Driscoll there, who's the Executive Director of the Shopkeepers and Retailers Association of Queensland. Huey Williams is from the Transport Workers Union, and we will be talking to him in just a moment.